Well, hello and welcome. I'm Darcy from Lumos Learning, and today we have a special guest with us, Shanita Allen. Welcome, Shanita.
Thank you, Darcy. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Shanita has written a children's storybook, Let's Go Dreaming. Congratulations. I am so looking forward to learning more about this exciting online oral reading proficiency component of your book. But before we jump to that, I'd actually love to hear more about you. Could you please tell us more about yourself and why you decided to write stories for kids?
Of course. Well, let's see. I have always been interested in writing children's books. I used to read a lot when I was younger. When I was in elementary and middle school. That was like one of my favorite activities. So I always dreamed of becoming a published author. But as I got into high school, I fell in love with psychology, and I'm actually a board certified behavior analyst. So I went off to get my undergraduate degree in psychology and my master's degree in behavior analysis. And I've been serving individuals with developmental disabilities since 2003. But in 2018, I decided to reconnect with my passion of writing and to go ahead and write children's books. So I published my first book in 2018, and there are several more to come. So What is a Dream is actually book number 2 in the series. So I'm excited to share that with everyone.
Wow, that is so amazing. I am excited as well. And congratulations on realizing your dream and pursuing your passion. That's definitely inspirational in itself, and also having a successful career as well. So that's really amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So for this specific story, who or what inspired you?
Well, like you said, following my dreams. So the book is basically about dreams. The entire series is about a little girl named Ari and her talking dog Pepper, and they go on adventures in their dreams. So What is a Dream is actually the book that introduces the two characters. So Ari is, shocked to hear her dog speak, and Pepper starts asking questions about what is a dream. So Ari explains what those are through the use of the 5 senses. So what do they look like? What do they smell like? What do they taste like? And so forth. And I thought it was just important to write a story about dreams and just encouraging children to, hold on to the things that they're interested in and just to pursue those things. So that is the main message of all of the books in the series, is to just follow your dreams. And because I had a late start with following mine. So I just want to encourage everyone, parents and children, that it's never too late. Just if you find something that you're passionate about, just go for it.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I have to say it's never too late, but it's even better if you can start sooner for sure. And, it's amazing
Yes.
that that you were able to translate, you realizing your dream into the actual story itself. So I really, really love that. Can you tell us more about the setting of the book and just kind of the overall purpose of this specific one?
Yes, absolutely. So little Ari, she is in her bedroom getting prepared to go to sleep. And she asks a question, she's just thinking out loud and saying, I wonder what I'll dream tonight. What places will I go? I guess until I close my eyes, I'll never really know. So then she hears a voice, says, what is a dream? And then she realizes it's her talking dog. She realizes her dog can actually speak. And she's frightened for a little bit. And then she realizes, okay, no, Pepper is my friend, but it's okay. So yeah, it takes place in her bedroom where, they're just having a conversation on her bed. And then there's these, as she's explaining the different, I guess, what dreams are, the different aspects, what they look like, what they smell like, there's like, let's say, you can see her imagination. You can see all the pictures and the stars and the flowers and the fish and what have you in her imagination. You can see all of that in the book. So it takes place in her bedroom, but they go different places in her imagination. So it's kind of cute.
Well, that's the beauty of imagination. You can go anywhere you
Yes,
want,
it
and
is. Yes,
especially in your
absolutely.
dreams, it makes you want to go to bed if you can go to fun places like that.
Exactly. And that's another goal, try to help children, fall asleep peacefully and have amazing dreams.
I love that. My nephews could definitely use that, getting them to sleep.
Oh, okay.
So, talking just about kids becoming fluent readers in general, why are you passionate about helping kids just, learn to read fluently? And how important do you think those skills are for children's overall development?
Well, yeah, definitely. Fluency is a huge component of reading in general. It actually promotes comprehension because when children are fluent readers, meaning that they're able to, understand a word, read it quickly, they're able to focus more on what the story is actually saying, as opposed to trying to focus on what the word actually means. So the more fluent they are, the better they are able to comprehend the story. And as far as how it relates to their development, um, it's funny you asked that question because on my social media pages, I post a lot about the benefits of reading. And there are tons of, you know, um, health benefits. It helps with stress. It helps with social and emotional development. Um, it helps with empathy. The more you read, the different characters you're exposed to in the books, the more you're able to relate to them within the story. So, of course, when you're interacting with people, in real life, you're able to be more understanding and empathetic to them as well. So there are just so many benefits to reading. So I'm definitely a huge proponent of that.
I couldn't agree more. I'm a very avid reader myself, so everything you listed is very, very true. So,
Good, good.
what made you want to take this story to an online medium?
Well, I would like to reach as many readers as possible. And definitely with the way that things have been in the last year or so, with the pandemic and everyone being more, I guess, online based. So I think it's important to just kind of expand that component of what's the word I'm looking for, Darcy? just to expand that component
of just kind of remote learning, being online.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
I knew where you were going too, but
the author
I
getting tongue tied.
happens to all of us.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, just virtually and being able to connect with more people. So not just in my local town, but worldwide, because fluency is important to every person, all over the world. So the more access these children have to the different types of stories, the better.
Exactly. And you made a good point that during the pandemic, we all became much more online focused and everything was online. So you can definitely reach a broader audience. So it makes sense. Why not, kind of thing.
Right. And it's more easily accessible too. So I think that is definitely an important part of being able to branch out and be able to be available online. And the children can do it at their own pace. And they can do it more readily whenever they have time or whenever the parents have time in their schedule. So it's more of a convenience thing as well.
Definitely the convenience and easy access makes a huge difference
Yes.
for people who otherwise wouldn't get a chance to read your story.
Right.
So, what role do you think vocabulary practice specifically plays in improving reading fluency? And how does a student actually practice vocabulary using the Lumos Oral Fluency Program?
Can I just say that I love the Lumos learning program? It is so interactive. So, the children are able to read aloud the story and record it and hear it, hear it play back to hear what it sounds like. And they can do that over and over again. There's also a read aloud component where they will hear me reading the story. And, it goes along with them highlighting the different words as I'm reading. So they're able to recognize the word when they hear it. But vocabulary and fluency go hand in hand, because the more words you know, the more fluent you become, because you don't have to, I guess, hone in on a word that you don't recognize and spend time trying to figure out how to pronounce it and what it means. So the more vocabulary words you know, the easier it is for you to be fluent in whatever it is you're trying to read. And on the other hand, with the fluency, you're able to read faster, which means that you are in turn able to be more exposed to extra words in the story. So they go hand in hand.
Definitely. That's so true. I mean, of course, the more words you know, the better you can express yourself, and you can also read faster. And thank you for saying that about Lumos. I agree as well, of course. And isn't the Flash Cube an amazing tool where you can click it, it's interactive, and see the different, what type of word it is, a noun, a verb, the definition, hear it spoken. There's so many amazing tools on Lumos.
Yes, there are, so.
And also,
I'm excited.
Yes, no, I was just going to say the read along program also is available for children. So how does the read along specifically become children better readers? I know you kind of covered that, but that's where they can read out loud, right? And they're able to do that with your story as well.
Yes, absolutely. So I was thrilled, to be able to offer that as a component to my book. So not just them, reading it or having the parents read to them or their teacher, but there's also my voice that they're able to hear. And, they can record themselves reading the story to hear what they sound like, to make sure that they're pausing at the correct moments, or make sure they're using the right inflection when they read the story. And then they can also compare that to my version of reading the story, which is kind of animated.
That's amazing.
But I think it's fun, Yeah. Thank you. I think it's fun, for the kids to have that, just kind of hear that excitement and, how the story is supposed to sound. So
well, for sure, because you're the author, so you know how it's supposed to sound. Excuse me. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, no problem. Yeah, absolutely. So that is super cool. That is so cool to, be able to offer that.
I love that. And so obviously the children, but who else can benefit from oral reading fluency practice? And do you believe that it will help emergent readers?
Oh, absolutely. My book is for, second and third grade reading level. So anyone who has issues with fluency, or, who needs help with understanding, different not understanding, but recognizing different sight words, or improving on their vocabulary. Absolutely. Because this program, it offers so many different components to where they're not just looking at words on the screen. They're actually hearing the words pronounced for them, and they're able to practice by recording themselves and hearing it played back. So this program is definitely it's definitely useful for anyone who's having issues or need help with improving fluency.
For sure. It's that process of seeing something, hearing it, speaking it, writing it, and just doing all of that really helps it get ingrained in your mind. I mean, I know from doing that, trying to learn Spanish as well. So,
oh yeah.
So this
repetition is definitely what helps things to stick into your mind. So
exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And hearing it, and then hearing the way it's supposed to sound too, because you might get it stuck in your mind that it's supposed to be a certain way, and then you hear your voice saying it the proper way. So
right. Yes.
So Shanita, this is the second book in the series, right? So what are
Correct.
your future stories? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Give us any sneak peek of the upcoming
Of
books?
course. Of course, of course. Actually, my third book will be available June 21st. That's going to be released. So that particular book is about little Ari and Pepper going into outer space and taking a tour of the galaxy. So that's a really fun book. I actually wrote a total of 9 books. So we are starting the illustration of book number 4. So that'll be released later this year. So yeah, we're just gonna keep things moving until all 9 books have been published. So it's an exciting process, definitely.
Wow, what an amazing space to be in right now with the next one coming out, working on illustrations. And I'm sure I'm excited, and everyone, all of our readers will love to read about outer space in the next one. And
Yeah.
so I have a special request for you. Thank you so much for being here today. But would you mind actually reading a page from your book for us?
Oh, not a problem at all. It just so happens I have it right here.
Ooh, amazing.
So this is this is What is a Dream. So let's see. Let me open up to the first couple of pages. Okay. So hopefully you can see that okay.
Oh, I love the
So this
illustration. Is that what you're wearing on your shirt too?
yes, yes, it is. It's the Let's Go Dreaming logo.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is little Ari. So here we have one starry night when the sky was super bright. Little Ari climbed into bed and turned out the light. I wonder what I'll dream tonight. What places will I go? I guess until I close my eyes, I'll never really know. What is a dream? Asked a voice that came from down below. Ari looked at the floor in shock. Say it isn't so. Pepper, was that you? Did you just speak for heaven's sake? Nah, you're a dog. I'm not dreaming yet. I'm still awake. Pepper looked at Ari and tilted her head to the right. Yep, I can talk, said Pepper, giving Ari quite a fright.
Aw.
We'll leave it there.
Ooh, that means we need to read the rest to find out what happens.
Yes, find out what happens with little Ari and Pepper.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I love the characters and everything behind the story and just the reasoning and how, you realize your dream and it's about dreams. It's so exciting. And we really appreciate you sharing that with Lumos Learning and with all of our readers and, using your book to help students become better readers is even more amazing. So, thanks again. And we look forward to seeing the next version and all 9 coming out soon.
Thank you so much, Darcy. And it was such a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you, Shanita. You as well. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you.